There we go. We are live. How are we doing,
There we go. We are
everybody?
live now. It's all right. Vince is getting used to technology. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Sunday Coin Chat with myself, Shane, and guests. Today we have Jim Bob, we have Ty from over in America, and I do think Aaron might be joining us as well. I did send out a couple of invites, but we'll see how the show goes. So we'll start off as we normally do. Jim Bob, what have you been up to koi-wise this week?
Not a lot, really. I've actually waiting on doing a filter clean at the moment, so I'll do that after we're finished on here. But apart from that, no, not a lot.
Oh, mate. I can't believe you lost that Deutsch Kajaku.
I know. It was a real shame.
What a fish.
Yeah, he was.
What a fish. Gutted. Well,
yeah.
Shane, what have you been up to koi-wise this week? I know you've been busy, so you've got plenty to talk about.
Yeah, I have been busy. So we've managed to get tank 2 almost up and running. You know, insulation gone in, bottom drain fitted, rubber liner down. Tanks topped up yesterday just to a certain line. Didn't take it fully, like full. I left a good section because I just wanted to shut the easy pod valve off, fill it, let it just pressurize the pipe work just to see whether there was any issues. Because once it's pressurized, you got more chance of actually finding a leak because it's actually going to be pushing against the pipe work itself. So I've left that now 24 hours, hasn't dropped. So be a case
unlike
of
the IBC tank.
Yeah, unlike the IBC tank, the actual sealant that we actually used actually bloody well went off.
What was it we used last time? We used Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Used Obi-Wan, and when we actually took the IBC out, the reason behind it is for the fact of over half of it hadn't gone off.
See, like I said to you at the time, I couldn't get my head around that because I've never had any problems with Obi-Wan. In fact, I actually prefer Obi-Wan to CT1, not just because it's cheap.
So it was very strange that it didn't go off. But obviously now I've used liquid gold. So well, you just knocked over, you absolute muppet. Figures.
No, just a container with all my Dremel bits in.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. So now that's done. Give the easy pod another spray up with the hose.
Yeah.
Just get all the dust out of it just from where it's been sat. Any cobwebs that might have got in there and whatnot, just give it a good blast out. Fill it up. I'm not going to open the valve to fill it. I'm just going to fill it up as it is a couple of times, just to, with all the valves shut, get the airline on it, give it all the boils so I know for a fact it's all fully clean.
Yeah.
Send that all out to waste, and then from there on, open the valves up. Obviously, I've still got to fit the top half of the airlift system. Get that.
Yep.
Just got to get. I've still got plenty of solvent weld, so I'm just gonna sling in some solvent weld, drop the pipe in, get that in place, and then it should be tank 2 should be up and running, and then it's just a case of backfilling, getting the ground all level, and then getting some gravel.
Sweet. Can I stop you 2 seconds? I just want to say, Coys and Brews, that's a name I haven't seen for a long while. How we doing, buddy? Hope everything's good. Sorry to cut you off then, Shane.
That's all right, mate.
I noticed it pop up in my peripheral, and I haven't seen the channel name about for a while. So yeah, I'm hoping he's still doing videos, and this is his return. If so, go across to Coys and Brews and give him a subscribe, guys.
Yeah, I know there's been a few people recently that went MIA, but have started coming back. It's good to see Cut and I Koi coming back and dropping some videos as well. Yeah, good to see them coming back.
Jigsy,
Jigsy boy.
Jigsy
yeah.
boy.
Hope everybody is doing well.
Cracking catch up and watching Ty's videos. There's a question for you there, Ty.
How deep is it? Not deep enough. I'd love it if I could stand up in the entire thing, but
No, not the pond.
Not
the filter
pond.
house.
the filter house. It's as deep as the pond, technically. So in the filter house, I built that hatch door so I can still get down and get access kind of into the guts of everything down below.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess it's like maybe close to 4 feet down there.
Because you've
Something
got
like
that massive moving bed, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Big
I can
Ray.
stand up underneath that part.
Good old Big Ray.
But yeah, that aside, how's your koi week gone? Have you done much more on your decking? Have you got it finished yet?
I wish I could say it was finished. No, I've just been painting. I'm low on funds right now, and so
Right, got it.
I've decided just because I'm low on money, that doesn't mean I can't still make a lot of progress on other stuff. So
Yeah, definitely.
just keep chipping away at whatever I can.
So what's been your main job that you've been at this week?
Painting all the supports for the roof. So I don't know if you can see in the background, the white right there. That was all exposed wood before. So painting it, sealing it up, just making it so it'll last longer.
And pond ticking over quite nicely.
Oh yeah, it's doing great. Fish are doing great. No complaints here with the pond.
Sweet. And Aaron's joined us. How we doing, Aaron?
All right, guys, how we doing?
So what have you been up to? What have you been up to koi wise this week, Mush?
Me and Leo went to the North Koi Show yesterday.
Jim's dropped.
The North England Koi Show.
Right. Yeah, I did. I was watching your video earlier.
Yeah, I went there yesterday. That was really good. Really good to see. Brilliant the fact that it was indoors, but it had loads of good light. So I hope the camera did it justice this time, because it's really hard sometimes filming at places like Newark with the amount of glare that the National and the other one with the amount of glare that you get on the camera. But it's an ideal to film for others to see, really.
It looked a tidy little show, to be totally honest.
It was small, but there was quality.
Yeah, and this is what Alan Tate said it quite a few weeks ago on the GKP Live. You know, back in the day, you know, there was almost a koi show every other weekend.
Yeah.
You know, because you had so many different sections doing this and doing that. But now, you know, it's hard to find a koi show, and the fact that these little ones are still going and still bringing people in is absolutely brilliant. And we could do with more of these little koi shows, albeit in a garden centre or whatever. You know, it just, from my perspective, it just gives the hobby another aspect of drawing people in, especially in the garden centre.
Yeah, that was in a school. That
was that a school?
That was a school. That was a school sports hall. They still had like a rock climbing wall at one end, but you went in a school sports hall, and obviously that's why they do it in half term. But it was great. They had a big car park. It was everything it really needed a venue to be. They had that's there. Couple of dealers, not Not loads like the other shows. I've got loads of dealers, but
just enough.
Yeah, 30. Obviously 30 vats. People of all sizes bringing their fish. There was quite a few people I've spoken to, and they said it was the first time ever bringing stuff down. So it's great that it's open to everybody.
Yeah,
Obviously,
definitely.
There were some absolute monsters there, but there was people that brought just a few, just average 30 cm size fish, and putting them in against their size class. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I since I've done the national, I would recommend anyone, if they've got it in their head that they want to do it, give it a go, because it will open your eyes to a completely different side of the hobby, you know, and a completely different side of the hobby that up until the national I had quite a jaded view against, but since doing it, it has opened my eyes. And yeah, I would recommend anyone, if they really think they've got fish that are good enough to show and they want to do it, go for it. Absolutely go for it.
Yeah, it's never been one of my things, that showing fish. I've never really had the desire to do it.
Well, no, you've known me for a long time now, Jim, and I always said that I would never do it. But the more time I've spent, not just at New Forest, but with Ricky, you know, and what I've learned from him, just gave me that little bit of extra encouragement that I needed to actually say, "Fuck it, no, I'm going to give it a go." And I'm glad I did. I am glad I did, because it turned out to be a weekend that I will never forget. Never forget.
You had a good weekend that weekend, didn't you?
Yeah, and if other people, and I don't mean to stereotype people, but people like me that they're not well off, but they're not skint, but you know what I mean, what I would call a normal walk of life. You know, if more people like that can then take from what I've done and then say, right, I'm going to give it a go, it can only be a plus thing for the hobby.
Yeah,
I know what you mean, Vince. You've got some ponds that are worth more than people's houses, like massive 3 or 4 showers.
Yeah.
You know, pumps that are 500 quid a pump. You know, when you start adding all that up, and the water capacity and the drums and the bio units that are bigger than my filter house, it's serious money to grow koi in them. But the fact that someone can do it on a DIY style budget, and I'm not by any means knocking your budget. I'm just saying it's average pond, right? Yeah. Someone that can do it and they go, well, like 99% of my stuff is all secondhand, right? And I've never gone out and bought new. My filter was secondhand, my UV was secondhand. You know, if someone can do it on that type of budget, there's hope for everybody. It's just selecting skills, isn't it? And then actually what you've got going on, fine tuning it.
About all I could say there is my pond's worth more than my shed.
Yeah. How are we doing, Simon?
Yeah, not bad, buddy, not bad.
Decking that I cut up into 4 pieces and cladded it, so my pond's probably worth more than my shed as well.
But you know what I'm trying to get at. I know I'm not getting the right words, but you understand what I'm saying, don't you? The fact that it just goes to prove that it's not just about what they're kept in. It's about the person that's kept them and how they've kept them. And that to me was the most important thing. And when you walked around the show on the Saturday and you saw the pictures, there used to be owner, breeder, and everything else on there. Now, there wasn't this year, and I liked that fact because then there's no discrimination because it's Israeli or it's British. They're just looking at a koi and judging it for what it is. You know,
there was a bit more info at that one, but I'd still love to know where it was from.
Yeah, I mean, afterwards on the Sunday when they changed the photos and they put the photos up with the stickers, then I'd like to see who bred it. You know, because if I like the fish, I'd like to look at that breeder then for getting something myself. So I see where you're coming from there, but I think not having that there on the Friday that you're benching and the Saturday that they're getting judged, there's no instant, what's the word I'm looking for? Where
there's not like a bias that's happening potentially, or yeah.
Well, now you've been through it, Vince. You've done a show. Go through the steps of what you've got to do to show your fish. I mean, you say benching. I've got no idea what's involved in benching.
Well, the lead up to the show, I mean, for I think it was 2 weeks. 3 weeks before the show, for about 2 weeks, I fed some Sakiakari colour that Ricky gave me. And then 7 days before the show, I then stopped feeding completely. Point blank, nothing's getting fed. And then on the Friday morning, we bagged all the fish up. We pre-measured them ourselves, so we knew how many points we were using, because depending on the size of the fish, depends on how many points you get allocated. And what I mean by that is you get 2 sizes of that. You got 2.1 or you got 2.8. Now, if I'm not wrong, because I had the big vat and I had a maximum amount of, I think it was 17 fish, but then I had to have no more than 51 points in my vat. Now, I ended up taking 12 fish, which totaled to 40 points. So I still had 11 points I could play with in the vat. So I could have taken more fish had I wanted to. But what happens is you get there on the Friday and you float your bags. And then what will happen is the benching team will come round and they will give the fish a physical inspection to make sure there's no wounds or anything like that on it. They will then take an exact measurement so that they know exactly what size class it's then going into, and then they'll take a couple of photos, and then that's the fish benched. Now, during the benching process, if
they also check for cosmetic improvements, don't they?
That's what I was just about to get into. When they're doing the benching, they're also, while they're inspecting the fish, they're looking to see if there's been, like Aaron said, any cosmetic surgery where they've straightened up the sashi line or the kiwa line, or they, you know,
so
stuff
no
that
No.
Yeah, and I spoke to Alan Tate on the Sunday, and he said there was actually 3 or 4 fish that were disqualified in benching. They stayed in the vat, but they weren't part of the show, as in the competition, because they had been disqualified for one reason or another. And that's what I mean by the benching. There was a few fish there that I personally, if it was mine, I wouldn't have taken it. And for the reasons that I didn't take a couple of fish that I wanted to take, and that was missing scales. There was a beautiful, at the show, there was a beautiful 75 centimetre Makashi that had about 4 scales missing on the peduncle. Now, if that was my fish, I wouldn't have taken it, because it's not perfect. Now, the point of taking your fish to the show is because you're taking what you think is the best of what you've got. Now, if your best has got missing scales, then it's not at its best. So why would you take it? You know, and it was for that reason I didn't take the big Gimrin Sorogoi. I didn't take the Super Mango Karashigoi. But yet, after looking round the show on the Saturday, there was a few fish that we wanted to take, but we didn't because of that reason, that we could have taken and competed with them. But both myself and Rick was, it's not complete, so it doesn't go, period. You know,
some people might think on it along lines of like, if all rest of its qualities are there, then, you know, 4 scales, obviously, okay, it might get some demerits, but if all its other qualities are there, they might think it's okay, I suppose.
Well, yeah, they could be doing it where they're just doing it so that they're taking it there to see what it would actually get with the missed scales, to know whether they want to take it to another one. But also, when it comes to like the scales, could it have been the fact of some of them got knocked off in transit? So when it was at their pond, it was okay, but by the time it got to the show, it was jumping around in the bag so much that it's potentially pulled itself in the bag.
The ones at the show, the one done in bag, there was healed enough you could see it healed. But for instance, like at this show that I went to yesterday, there was 2 Asagis. So if you would have taken an Asagi that had 4 knocked scales, yeah, it wouldn't have won. It'd have come second, but it would have come second in its class.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So sometimes I can understand why people are taking them, because there was more Tanchos in that show yesterday than there was Asagis. So if you had one which is mad, and do you know what's amazing? None of them, the Tanchos, was perfect. You could see that none of them were cut, and it was great to see that many people that was putting them in. But if that Asagi had a knock or had a split fin or something like that, and it got a demerit, it would have still come second. Maybe that's why people are doing it, because there's some of these, something that your standards between you and Rick were probably, I don't want to be not associated it, but what I'm bringing is my best of my best, rather than thinking this could scoop something up by default.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, I've not got that many fish that I would want to show, to be honest. I don't think they're of that higher quality.
There was 2 in a vat yesterday, Jim. Full vat, 2 koi in it.
Yeah.
Only about this big.
I've got an Asagi that's quite nice, but it's one of the. You did tell me what it was once before, Vince, but it's got the red that comes right up it into the top colour. You did say what it was, but it's
Asagi.
Yeah, whatever. It's still a nice fish, and I think I've got one that I got from you, the orangey one, Deutz orangey coloured one. That's quite a nice fish. But all the rest of them, I've got other things that are on them, like shimmies and things like that, and I don't think they're of a good enough quality to show. The Kajaku that I lost,
What about the Kikikiryu?
Yeah, I suppose that one's all right. Yeah, he's quite nice.
Because that was a beautiful fish when it left my place.
Yeah, it's getting to be quite a size as well.
Yeah, I know the parents for that one, because that's New Forest fish. That one is.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So was the Kajaku, the Deutz Kajaku.
Yeah.
That's why
that was a lovely fish, but I say he decided he didn't like the pond anymore.
Yeah. So Simon joined us late.
Sorry?
Simon, you joined us late. Sorry? I said you've joined us late. So what have you been up to koi-wise this week?
Not a great deal, to be honest with you. Not a great
You've
deal.
not done any more on that fucking pond.
Yeah, I have actually. I've done a bit more on that, but I've run out of blocks now. I need to get some more. So that's going to have to wait till payday, I reckon.
Well, the rate you're building now, I think. At the rate you're building that, I think we'll start renaming it to Long Block because you end up longing it out.
Well, most of the time, it's been having the time after work, in between it pissing it down. So,
oh, here come the excuses.
I'm keeping quiet on this
no
one.
excuses. That's the truth.
Yeah, indeed, Aaron.
Put a fucking gazebo
Aaron knows
over
what
it.
it's all about. We're pissing it down. Aaron knows all about it pissing it down.
Yeah.
How are you getting on at Grandpa's?
We've got about 30 blocks left to lay, and then I'm doing the edges on the windows. But the builder said he's got a real nice tool for cutting a cube out the edge of a brick.
Right.
We're gonna have a go with that. I think it's like a plunge saw for wood, but for concrete. So
All right, got you.
Said, if you just need to cut out that much by that much, just leave it to do this, and I'll come and show you how to do it. So we'll see.
What's that for, Aaron?
For doing the window.
All right.
Putting a rebate in the blocks for the window to stick to. But he reckons he's got a really good tool to make it perfect all the way around. So
yep.
I will wait and see.
It's called a string line and an angle grinder.
Yeah, that's what I'd use.
Yeah. But if it's got a guard that runs along the edge like he said it has, you can just go right the way along in one straight.
Real men don't have a guard on their angle grinder.
I don't have a guard on my angle grinder. It's an angle grinder, it's a plunge saw.
Afternoon, Will. Ken's in as well. Just back off his holidays. Did you get my parcel, Will? Can you guess what it is yet?
Bloody flamingo.
No, it's not actually. He's going to open it and he's going to look at it and he's going to go, the fuck is this? Oh, but what a week. What a week. We hit 3,000 subscribers this week. Yay!
Congrats, mate.
Yeah, well done.
My mate Will, he's actually donated me a bonsai tree for the giveaway. Myself and Ricardo are putting our heads together at the moment, and there will quite possibly be a fish involved. I'm just waiting for some emails back, and then we'll start kicking off a giveaway. But on top of that, the New Forest Hornets. Oh my word. They are stunning. Absolutely stunning. I'm telling you.
Rick said you had your hands in them before he's had a chance to do out with them. Might have been after the live on Thursday. He said, Vince has already had them out.
Yeah, that was Friday. How are we doing, Terry? We were, well, I was there on a non-YouTube day helping out, and I think Rick felt bad because we didn't get to video the last selection on his Grown Show with a Difference. And the reason for that was he told us that he wasn't in work Wednesday. So we arranged not to go in. And then later on in the evening, I get a message, I'm going to be at work tomorrow if you want to come in. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll speak to Rocket Boy. By which time, Rocket Boy has just put Lynn's car into the garage, so we've got to drive her to work the next day. So we couldn't go in Wednesday. And he then said, I've had a call from Matt, as in MJH Koi. He's going to be going down to Perfect the Crags to pick up his auction fish, but he's got to come here to pick up fish as well. And he's asked me if I want my my fish from Crafties. No brainer. But then he's like, oh fuck, where am I going to put them? So he ended up having to empty the tank in Hatchery Tunnel 2, right at the back, that had them in, just so we could put all these new fish from Crafty's auctions in there. Trust me, there was some cracking fish in there. And I think because we didn't get that on camera, he felt a little bit guilty. And we'd netted up the first proper pond of this year's tow site to select through. And the fact that it was a Kinshower spawning, the amount of Ginshiro Atsuris and Kinky Atsuris that came out of it were absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. So, of course, I've got the camera and I'm recording Ricky going through. He's picking out this one, picking out that one. And then he'd take the bucket over and tip it into the dolab behind me. And there was a couple of times I was like, oh, he didn't pick that one. Dropped it in the bucket. So once we'd finished doing all the selection, he's like, right, we'll go through your bucket now. And he tips it out into the blue tray and he was like, you thieving bastard. And I'm like, wasn't me. You put it in there. I didn't touch it. But yeah, there was 2 really nice ones in there, and he hoofed one back out and let me bring the other one home. Oh, my word, it's stunning. But I've never seen Kinky Atsuris like it at that size, because usually they look all washed out and insipid, but these are like punchy yellow, and the sumi on them is out of this world. So yeah, can't wait till we harvest that pond again. It's going to be some amazing fish. There was a couple of them that ended up in the shop on Friday, and I bet you pound or a penny that when I go in tomorrow, there's not a single one left in the shop. I'll put it that way. Mark, look good is an understatement, and I'm going to be trying to talk Ricky into having maybe a vat of them available for sale at Koituber Fest, which is coming along quite quick, and I think it's 10 or 11 out of the 15 names that were drawn have already confirmed that they will be there.
Cool.
So yeah, it's gonna be.
You can't do it no fairer than the way you did it, Vince.
Mate, it's the first one I held. It was literally we just invited friends. The second one, we was like talking about the one we did last year. It was like, right, well, we want to invite friends and YouTubers, but we also want to have subscribers there as well. So that's how we did it last year. And then it was actually Rick that brought it up and said, it's getting a bit big for your garden now, isn't it? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, right, okay, then we'll hold it down the forest. And I was like, get in. So yeah, in total, including invitees, and invitees have been asked to keep until the day. That way it's a surprise for the ones that have had the names pulled out. So, but yeah, in total there should be about 40 or 50 people at the event. So it's gonna be awesome. And like I say, Rick has said he's going to make sure that there is some really good fish from this year's spawnings, and they're already ranging from 6 to 8 inch, some of the good ones, right through to last year's Tosai, Nisai, Sansai, and he's also going to be going through the main pond that is Sean's personal pond, but it's also holding a lot of the brood stock, and there is going to be some of them coming out and being made available as well. If you're not able to have made it or have been invited, the fish that are available on Saturday, what is left will be open to the general public. So you will get a chance at some of these fish. Some of the bigger fish will end up on the website, but a lot of the smaller fish will probably end up in the shop. So it'll be a first come, first served basis. But yeah, as from the Sunday afterwards, what we didn't snafu out of the ponds then will be available to the general public. And Rick is planning to have at least 8 ponds worth of fish that haven't been seen before. So yeah, just that in itself, it's going to be an absolutely phenomenal day. So yeah, anyway, enough of me waffling on about what I'm doing down the forest. Anyone out there got any questions for any of us on the panel, or is there anyone out there who would like to come and join us on the panel? Because we are now able to have 10 guests or 10 people on the screen. Ooh. So, pond plans for this week ahead, Simon.
Feeding. Obviously, I've got that show in October, so I'm just trying to get them prepared for that.
Prepared for that in what way? Are you banging growth food into them, or are you banging colour food into them, or are you banging in a mixture of the both?
Growth and colour at minute. Shortly, I'm going to be coming off at colour just to try and bring whites back a little bit. And then I think come maybe towards end of this month, I'm going to stop the growth altogether, and I'm going to just put them on some of that pure white stuff.
All right, yeah,
and
that stupider price stuff.
It's not that well. I suppose it is bad actually. I'm only going to buy a 5 kilo bag, so that's all I'll need really.
How much is a 5 kilo
bag?
5 kilo bag's £100.
See what I mean?
It's not that bad though.
No, yeah, I mean,
it's 20 quid a kilo. 20 quid a kilo.
Hey?
It's 20 quid a kilo.
I don't know. I was thinking the long terms of 15 kilo.
Everything you guys are saying
what
right
price
now
is
just going. I have no idea how much a kilo is.
Yeah, it is. It's
£2.2, Kai.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
But that's all I'm doing with mine at the minute. I'm just trying to do the best I can with them at the minute to put a bit of bulk on them. The Benny is pretty much there anyway. So like I say, I just need to bring whites back a little bit soon and start trying to get that on track.
Mm-hmm. Orchard Koi is saying 115.
Although the whites on the skin isn't bad, it's more so on the face, because when you use colour food, it tends to yellow the faces up.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I've been learning.
So I just need to bring it back a bit.
What was that, Ty?
I was saying I've been learning that firsthand. I've been doing a mixture of like 3 parts growth to 1 part color, and one day I came out and realized the shear on my fish had started to go. It's like, I think I need to back up on the color food. I think it's too much.
Yeah, you start putting in
never
too
feed
much
mine
colour,
colour food.
Then you can get that secondary coming through.
Yeah, but I mean, like I say, I've used Sakiakari colour for 2 weeks before I started starving them for the show. And like I said to Rick, within 4 days, I noticed a major difference in the shiroji on my shiros. And that
As in yellowing?
No, as in clearing up, looking crisper, as in crisper white. Within 4 days, my new forest shiro, the shiroji on it just changed. No, I haven't been paying £245 for a 15 kilo set. No, Rick gave me enough to last me 2 weeks out of the Sakiakari cutlery that he had from his test on the tunnel. So no, I haven't been out of it. Jesus Christ. If I had £245, I'd be putting it on materials for the pond build, let alone putting it on colour food. Jesus Christ. And talking about which, I want to say again a big thank you to Daniel, who gave me a super chat last week. I mentioned it the other day, or I think I mentioned it on the video. I went onto my YouTube studio, and out of that £100 super chat, I will actually only see £60 and 68 pence.
Yeah,
it is nuts.
That's YouTube taking their slice.
Yeah.
That's them taking their 30%.
How much?
I was given £100 super chat.
How much have they took?
I got 60. Well, I will be getting £60 68. So they've taken £39 something. Mate, honestly,
25%.
no.
Wow.
No, 30% they take.
How much you say you're getting? 66?
£60, 68p.
It's like 40% that.
It's like 33%, isn't it?
Yeah, about that.
You see that?
60, 68. It's 40%.
Yeah,
That is all I'm getting.
They're literally taking 39.32.
Yeah, so that's what I got from. That's what I got from that £100 super chat.
Nope, of course.
What?
Pennies just dropped to me. So when you are in between 500 subscribers up to 1,000, and you have your memberships and your super chats open, then you are getting charged at the 30% rate. Once you go over the 50%, over the 1K, and you go into the monetized, then it goes up to the over 40%. So that's why.
You know what it probably is, Vince? Right. What currency are you getting paid in? Because I looked at this before. But YouTube aren't in pounds, though, are they? They're in dollars.
No, but see, it's either Google pays YouTube and then YouTube pays us, or it's YouTube pays Google and then Google pays us. I know there's some.
I bet you've lost money, and I bet you've had 30% and you've lost 10% in exchange rate.
Could be.
Because when I very first set my channel up, even though there was no monetization, it asks you where you are, and it still said that I would be paid in dollars, even though I'm not paid, I'm not monetized. But it even still brought that up on my screen that it doesn't pay you in pounds.
Yeah, you go into your studio and change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's set up for pounds.
See, YouTube pays Google, and then Google pays you. When I look at the payment that goes into my bank, it's actually paid from Google Ireland.
Yep.
So yeah, that and what little I earned last month, I won't get until the 24th of the next month. It's really weird how they pay it. It's almost like you get paid in arrears.
Yeah, and you've got to build it up to 60 quid before you get paid anyhow.
Yeah, you've got to hit a what they call a £60 threshold.
Yeah, which that doesn't happen very often for me.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there, Chris, but at the same time, I don't want to come across as begging, you know, which is why when it happened last week, it was really quite emotional for me because it just blew me away. But then to find that you're not getting all of that money that person has, in effect, donated to you through the super chat or sticker thing that they have going on in YouTube, I just think is mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing.
It says super chats take a fee of 30%, but you agree to 50 to 40% advertising revenue split. So it says
That's
taking
what it is.
30% off it is. But your revenue, your ad revenue, you can lose up to 50% of it. But if the person, like for me, if I was going to super chat to someone, if I had the money and I thought, you know what? Because I have given a YouTuber that was doing washing machine repairs, right? I thought, oh my God, this is going to cost me a load of money. And the guy showed a real easy hack on how to fix it. Cost me £2.50 rather than 400 quid for a new washing machine. And he put in his bottom thing, please don't super chat me. If you want to buy me a pan, here's a PayPal. So I did that. Now, at that time, I just thought, get him a couple of beers because he has saved me a fortune, this guy.
Yeah.
I think if people knew how much, because you reckon that guy would be happy knowing that he's giving you 100 quid, but you've only received 60 of it. Because if I'd given that to somebody and think, well, I've just given 40 quid to YouTube here, I won't be best pleased about that.
No.
Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why I brought it up, because I personally think it's wrong when a super chat is supposed to be a donation.
Mate, just stick a link in your description. Every description. If you want to buy me a beer, job done.
Yeah, it works out at about 34% they took.
Yeah, absolutely fucking mental.
But don't forget, though, that'd be their 30% that they probably don't take by tax. And then obviously putting the tax on top of that, probably then.
So all these people out there that think as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to start making loads of money.
Yeah, you don't.
In all honesty, unless you have got stupid amounts of subscribers that give you the same viewing count as your subscriber count, yes, you can make a lot of money through ad revenue and sponsorships and everything else.
Yeah, but you've got to put more in.
But like Jim said, you've got to hit £60 in ad revenue before they even pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
so if you're
like
someone that does video once a month and you've got 1,000 subscribers, you won't earn a lot from that video.
Yep.
You know, and what money you do earn from video is quite minimal as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
With the amount of work that goes into producing the video, the payment that we get from it isn't worth it. You're on like kiddie pocket money. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's stupid amounts. I mean, it depends on how popular your channel is, and you obviously get more views the more popular your channel is. Although I'm monetized, my channel isn't that popular. and I get round about £15 a month. So it takes 4 months for me to get any money from YouTube.
Yeah. So, you know, if you want to become a full-time content creator, it's something you've got to seriously can think about.
Well, if you watch some of the other channels, I mean, I watch a lot of different things on YouTube, not just koi related. But you watch a lot of the other channels, and they say that they earn more through affiliate marketing and brand deals than they do through YouTube. That if you want to do it full time, that's what you've got to do. You've got to sort of get affiliate links set up and brand deals and things like that. And it's not an easy thing to do for the koi genre, shall we say?
No, definitely.
You're not really going to get brand deals or sponsorship.
No, I mean, I can attest to that.
Excuse me.
I actually had someone put me together a professional email, and I sent it to NT Labs. I sent it to Evolution Aqua. I sent it to Burton's. I sent it to quite a few others, Mountain Tree, and a few others out there, and don't even get a response on the email.
No.
You don't even get an acknowledgement that they've read your email, you know, and it just blows my mind.
Sadly, you won't, because with them larger companies, what they want to see is when they go to your channel to check you out before they actually reply, they want to see a minimum of coming into double figures. Either you're close to getting that 10,000 subscriber mark, or you've passed it, because then they know that they're on that section, they've got more of a chance of getting seen more.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I have had companies reach out to me, and I've done stuff with Hygar and Cactoily, and I've got a video that I've got to do for a company called Glorium as well, which is a lighting company. That one's going to be coming out soon. But that is the first video that I'm ever going to do that I would have had to send to a company first to tell me that it's all right to post it.
Yeah, see, I don't do things like that.
That sort of defeats object, doesn't it?
If I do reviews and things like that, if they send me products to do reviews, I will put the video together and I will publish it. They don't get any say in what's on that video whatsoever. The one I released today, I don't know if anyone's watched it. There was one view on it after 4 hours, so obviously not a popular subject. But that one they sent through today, that was a nightmare to do. That took me absolutely ages. And if a company thinks I'm going to spend that amount of time doing a video for them to pull it apart and ask me to redo different bits and pieces, they've got nothing coming. So any of my reviews are always going to be my thoughts. Not else's.
It's still going to be genuine. It's still going to be my out and out right thoughts. It's just the fact that they want to be able to use the video that I create on their website.
It's the same with Hygar. Whenever you do a review for Hygar, they always stay on there when they send you the email, whether you're okay with, if they feel your videos what they're looking for, to then use that as advertisement on their website and things like that.
Difference is with Hygar, because I work with Hygar as well, you don't have to pre-send them your video.
No, you don't.
All you have to do is you just send them a link of your video once it's been released. So this thing with Glorium is a completely different.
You have to send
not
link before.
Mate, the thing is, Vince, what you should be doing is if they want a video that they're going to use for advertisement on their site, if they're going to use it for advertising, you need to have a sponsored video. They should be paying you to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a review in my eyes. That
no,
if
that's a sponsorship because you're working with them. You're not just doing a out and out review.
Yeah, they should be paying you, and the money that people charge for paid videos is quite high. You could be looking at sort of 5-10 grand a pop. It's a lot of money. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
You fucking joking?
As I say, I watch a lot of different videos and a lot of different people that do sponsored videos and things like that, and they get that sort of money.
And then as soon as you come to put your video out, you just tick that box saying it's a paid sponsor.
You should be doing that anyhow. If you're being given anything to review, you are supposed to tick that box to say it's a sponsored video. Even if you're not actually getting a monetary compensation for it, it's if you read it, it says if you are given anything of any value, either be monetary or product, if it's given to you, you need to tick that box.
Well,
you have to send it back.
I didn't know about that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, it's in the T's and C's, Vince.
Yeah.
Shit.
Vince will be going onto his studio because you can adjust it after.
Oh yeah, you can just go in the description and tick it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, anything, mate. It's classed as you receiving.
Yeah.
Even if they just say you don't have to send it back, you still have to tick it.
Well, as I say, that one that I've just released today, that's about a trail camera, and they sent me that for free to review.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because they sent me that, and it's worth over £100, because they sent me that, I've got to put the tick in the box saying it's a sponsored video, if you like.
Oh, bollocks.
Leo didn't hear that.
Leo did.
Sorry,
Leo. Nearly got spat all over me.
Leo, have your dad bought you that Tancho Sankey yet?
Nope.
Did you see how much it was?
How much was it?
It was a lot, like a real lot. It was 895 quid, was it? It was absolutely banging, but
yeah, that. Does that apply for every mug? Yeah, Vince would be in debt up to his eyeballs if that was the case.
Sid, instead of flapping your gums in the comments, come and fucking join us. Where's Shane gone?
Leo, Chris has
He said he'd be back in a minute.
Hello, Chris.
Yeah, I finally got a Sweet Acres Koi Farm cup now. Hey! 83 mugs.
Yeah, I haven't got room for any more. I've already got a cupboard full of them, waiting for me to build a new pond and filter house or something. But
yeah, when's that ever going to happen, Jim Bob?
I've got no idea. It's a bit of the catch-22. Without a job, I've not got the money, and if I get a job, I don't have the time.
Well, you've got plenty of time at the moment, so you could at least
but
get
I
that.
got no money.
Yeah, but you don't need money to take the aviary down, do you?
I need money to get rid of it.
Fucking burn it.
Yeah. No. I'll
Go
get
down
there
to Home
eventually.
Gardens, pick yourself up with them metal dustbins that you can burn stuff in for about 20 quid. All you would, bang it in there, burn the fucking lot. I would.
Yeah. No,
That's how I get rid of most of my stuff. Well, that's how I'm going to be getting rid of most of the wood that's coming out the porch. That's for sure.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get rid of.
Hang on, you went a bit funny then.
Jim's for us.
all that wood because it's all good wood. So what happened there? We lost everyone.
Yeah. You back? Are we back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone disappeared then?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what happened with that.
But if it's usable wood then, Jim, then you've got usable wood for your filter house once you've got the pond built.
Yeah.
So like I say, you've got plenty to get on with then. You've got that arch that you need to rebuild, you know.
Yeah,
you take some of the wood. You can take some wood off the Avery, use that to rebuild your arch.
Yeah.
My brain's always on the go. It doesn't fucking stop. Yeah. Susan's not going to be happy when I start chopping more of the porch floor out so I can get some footings in for some brickwork.
Yeah. Are you going to replace the porch or not?
Replace the
porch, outbuilding, whatever you want to call it, conservatory.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ceiling out of it, and then I'm going to replace the plastic that's on top, because the plastic on top was actually given to me, but the problem is it's blue, and it turns everything fucking horrible. So what I'm going to do is just strip all the internals out, lifting the floor up, and then I'm going to put patio back in on there. But then there'll be a gap of about 2.5, 3 foot between the patio and the pond wall. So the roofing will stop at the patio end. So then I've got a gap, so I can put a clear roof over the top of the new pond without it making the garden look even smaller.
I still think you should go with my idea of what to do with it.
I said just roof the whole garden.
No. Put a window in the end of the pond and have that coming into your conservatory. So you
no, because the conservatory is not going to be there. No, we're taking the whole wall out. It's going to be completely open fronted.
Well, that'll make your house colder.
But it's but at
Vince,
the same time,
Vince, you just got to build like a 10-foot tall koi pond with the window right there. Then that's your view.
Yeah.
Drafty's in. You fucking skiving from work, are you? Bomber
Is he joining us?
I don't know. Is he joining us? I don't know how to put a link up in the comments.
No idea.
I can send him a link if he wants to join.
It's not like I got him on Telegram. I could send him a link there. So yeah, if he wants to join, he can join.
What a day I've had this morning. In a month, I've had 2 pumps go. And this morning, I woke up and I was like, this pond's getting greener and greener. Now, I thought at the beginning of the last week, I put some blanket weed treatment in. I thought I'm having a... Oh, here it is at this koi show. But I'm having a bit of bother here.
That's the link you sent me, Vince.
And I put a towel over my head to look at the edge of the UV. No light coming out of it. Bulb's only 2 months old. Thought, I hope it's not the unit. I really can't be dealing with 2 pumps and then a UV. Luckily, it was only the bulb. I took the full UV to a new koi shop that's opened up from his house. I was like, before I buy a UV, put a bulb in that for me and see if it worked, because the bulb's only 2 months old that's in it. Luckily, it lit up, so it didn't cost me 200 quid. It cost me 20 quid.
Sweet. Is it EA UV, is it?
Yeah.
It just says bulb.
Yeah. Crafty owes me a new bulb.
Click what comment, Twisty?
How old's the unit itself, Aaron?
The unit, it's, to be fair, it's getting on. It's not the new white style UV. It's the thick one.
Mm.
But I mean, I got the bulb off him when I picked up that Saki that and the NND shearer off him. So it was only like 2-3 months ago max that it's been in there. Try the ballast. I've just put a new bulb in it. It came on straight away. Craft.
That's what I was trying to think of. The ballast. That's the if you've got a ballast that's starting to go, that could burn through bulbs like no one's business.
Yeah.
Sometimes when ballasts are going as well, they don't get right output to bulb.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How easy is it for you to get koi stuff, Ty? As in UVs, pumps, and stuff like that. Ty?
I think he's having a few connection problems there.
I think at the ballasts on them older one though, aren't they sealed?
I'm not sure. I'm sure Mark Gold, I think he had a problem with his once, and I think he managed to change it. But I don't know. I don't know whether it is one at newer ones or one at older ones. I'm not sure.
Nice run, Crafty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, are you back with us, Ty?
Am I what now?
Yeah, there's back. I said, so how easy is it for you to get pumps and such like for ponds over there where you are?
You know what? There's like in pond pumps. I could probably go pick one of those up at a garden store right now. But I've got 2 Awaz pumps, and I had to wait probably a week on each one of those. Ordering them through a local irrigation supplier.
So there's a perfect business there for you to start up, Ty.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Sales. I'm sure Crafty can hook you up with a supplier.
There aren't any koi dealers in my state. Oh, there's one. Who I think I'm trying to remember the name of that. I've actually never been over to his place though.
Because you have got a couple of koi farms over there in the States, haven't you?
Yeah. There's quite a few out here. No, yeah. If I want to get domestic bred fish, I can pick those up from some different shops, like garden centers and stuff. But yeah. If I want to get something that came from Japan, I've got to look a little harder. If I wanted to get something local, otherwise I just go with my koi dealer who's up in Washington State.
Now, how far is your local koi dealer from you then, if you had to travel?
The one in Washington or the one here?
The one in Washington.
It's like an 11-hour drive.
Fucking hell. So does he deliver, does he?
They just put them in a box and stick them on a plane. So.
That's a long way for a fucking koi dealer.
Yeah.
That's like me driving to Scotland.
Yeah.
As I say, that's a perfect business opportunity for someone, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of koi dealers in California, like Southern California. That's probably would be like a 9-hour drive to get down there.
Mate, you're missing the trick. You want to set your own koi business up.
I just don't know that we have the right market for it. I don't know.
We'll have to create your market through YouTube.
Yeah.
We're already starting. We're starting right now.
Yep, we're getting you out there. So Ty is actually thinking of starting a. Well,
Welcome back, Shane.
Thank you.
I was looking at Ty, and all of a sudden, you're like, so yeah, our Ty over there is going to think about starting a new koi business. So if you're in America and you want anything koi, go check him out.
Of course, he's got to pay me 10% commission because it was my idea.
Well, Jimbo,
you don't get the commission. You don't get. This is my show. I get the commission. You get a cut.
Yeah, I was going to say you never gave me a cut neither.
Oh, bless. So, how much media have you actually got in that big bio unit?
And I think I have 6 cubic feet, which I probably can double that.
I was going to say.
Does it say 6 cubic meters?
6 cubic feet.
6 cubic meters. Holy!
Oh goodness! I thought you said 6 cubic meters.
No, 6 cubic feet. You have to go to his channel site and go and have a look at his bio chamber. Fucking great, huge, active K1 chamber. His massive.
I had fun doing it and figuring out how it was going to work. The hardest part about building that thing, honestly, was making sure I'd be able to fit it through the door frame.
I mean, 6 cubic feet's bigger than an IBC, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hell of a bio unit, that.
IBC's about 3 cubic foot.
I think it could easily take, 12 cubic feet. I think it could probably do like 18. I don't even know.
Honestly, I reckon you could get a serious amount of media in that thing. How we doing, Jeff? But yeah, if you guys haven't checked out my man Ty's channel, The Koi Pit, go over and check out his filter system and this bio chamber we're talking about. The only thing I can equate it to what we've got over here, Simon, is Ty's is a square version of the Koi Collection
Uplift.
What?
All right.
You know the big round active K1 chambers. He's got the Koi Collection, big round ones.
Yeah.
Like that, but square with a window.
Must be able to chuck some through the thumb.
Oh, mate, it's massive. And like I said, when you actually watch the video, you'll look at it and go, fuck me, you can at least treble the amount of media in there.
I think I could have 3 of me sitting down inside of it comfortably. Maybe not comfortably, but it's a decent size.
Because you actually fiberglass
of psi then, yeah.
Say what now?
About 5 of psi then, sitting in it.
So Simon's our resident munchkin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most people call him Ewok. He's that small.
You're 2 inches taller than me.
Hey, you're still fucking shorter than me. That's what matters.
2 inches is a lot. You ask a woman.
Wow. Our lassie's dad stood behind the camera eating a banana when he said that. Wow.
Hey, I tell you, I've seen the short, mate. Your lass has got balls of steel.
My lass, yeah, she's off her head, isn't she?
Mate, that's got to be some feeling. Flying through the air on the top of a fucking biplane, mate. So you wouldn't do it yourself then, Aaron?
Me? Nah. Doesn't interest me.
mate, how can it not interest you? That sense of freedom.
Yeah, but
it's just, oh, mate.
Every year we go to the air show, right at Fairford. And we go to the air show because Nikki loves planes, right? She goes and sits and watches there. Now, I don't mind going. Yes, it's amazing to see them. And there's loads of bars. You can sit down and have a load of beers, whatnot. But I wouldn't travel 5 hours to go and watch them. I traveled 5 hours. I traveled 6 hours yesterday to go to the Koi show, right? But that's their interest. That's mine. So when it came to getting her a birthday present, I thought, do you know what? She's always said when these women go about on the top of these planes, I'd do that. So I thought, do you know what? Let's see if you will do that because I'm going to buy you it for your birthday. I'll do that. We'll see because you'll be sat on the top of one of them.
She called your bluff well and truly, didn't she, boy?
Oh, she bossed it. She wasn't even bothered as well.
Mate,
yeah,
honestly.
I thought she's going to be bricking it on the way down there.
I'm with your missus. I like the air shows as well.
Thanks, Mark.
I go every year to Duxford.
We was at Fairford this year. We've been to the Duxford one before. I think one of the best displays that I've ever seen was at Duxford, to be fair, when they did the pyrotechnics with the Apache, but they're not able to do that anymore now. It's a bit too health and safety.
Well, they still do it with some of the old planes. They've got like the pyrotechnics go off on some of the World War I planes that they fly. Like from the tail end of World War I and beginning of World War II. They do like a pyrotechnic show there with that. Last year when we went, we saw the Lancaster. And that was terrific. I loved that. Seen the Red Arrows there. They're then there again this year. The problem with Duxford is your north side of the runway, which is okay until you want to start taking photos, and then you're taking photos into the sun.
Yeah.
So it's not ideally situated for getting good photos and videos and whatnot.
We so when we went to Area Fairford, I was walking around and I had my nephew on my shoulders. I was walking around and some guy come up to me, considering that it was sellout. There's 200,000 people there, so it's not a small show by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Some guy come up to me and said, "Excuse me, mate, are you from Humber-Coy?" And I'm like, "No t-shirt on, no, do you know what I mean? I had a rugby t-shirt on." I was like, "Well, that's a bit random." I was a bit shocked by that, and it was
Where's Sam?
Sam from OnlyFins. Yeah,
right.
I didn't realise that he was like chief spotter of that group. So he brought Nikki a Fairford Spotters Group T-shirt and all of this, and was great. So we'll be getting in contact with him for where to stand the day before the land next year and stuff like that. So it's good to have somebody that I can message to.
Mate, I'd love to go up in a Spitfire, but you seen the price.
Yeah,
about $3,500 in it. How much is it, Nick? $3,500. Ricky's already looked.
Yeah, and you only get 20 minutes.
Get a lot of koi pond for $3,500, Nick.
Yeah, innit, mate?
Oh well, that guy in the comments, Ollie, I just put that you can change the ballast in that one that I've got that I thought was a sealed unit. You have to. I've just had a quick look on YouTube now. You have to remove the massive EA sticker, and there's a split behind it that it comes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it goes again, I won't be buying a new one. I'll be having a look for a new ballast because I bet they'll be a lot cheaper than what a UV will be.
Mate, I haven't had a running UV in my pond since September last year. And my pond is crystal clear.
Mine's turned off at the minute.
You got a roof over yours, haven't you, Si?
No, well, sort of. It's not a roof, it's a net, but I've got net pulled back just to let a bit of UV into pond. But I've left it turned off just to green water up a little bit.
Yeah, mine's in full sunlight. If I didn't have a UV on it, it's only taken. So obviously, I thought it was blanket weed, and I looked on the side, and last Friday, and I put a bit of blanket answer in there, and it did have about 2 inch around the edge of blanket weed. I thought it's about time I nailed that because it's starting to turn the water. And then every day after that, I thought it's not clearing this like it usually does. It don't look right, and it was getting on and on and on. And obviously, I was out early yesterday and back late. And then when I came to it this morning, I was like, "Nah, there's something definitely wrong here because it's starting to look like new pond syndrome green."
Yeah,
because there's so much sunlight in for the big patio doors of my filter house, I had to put a towel over my head. And then I started undoing the sides. And the bulb had gone like chromescent at the ends.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. So luckily it's on you. Whipped it off and took it to someone saying whereabouts in Hull do you live. I don't know if he knows. There's a guy on Greenwood Ave that's started a business from his house, which is great because I cheekily text the guy at 8:30 this morning. Have you got a 55-watt bulb? Yeah, right. I'm on my way to your house then. So Sunday,
so
which is great.
What's his company name?
It's called Greenwood Koi. It's called. I'm going to do a video on his.
Sweet. So there you go.
I'm going to do a video on his establishment, but he's just building a roof and a wall around a brand new pond. He's got. This new pond that he's had made for him. It's got a 2.8 meter triple glazed window in it that's like chest height. It's absolutely massive. So the only person that I've seen with a window as big as that is Lee. Yeah, it's massive.
So Lee Hadfield style.
Yeah, it's really big, but it's in like an easy pond style pond. One of his sales vats that he's just had made, and he said it's the first one that the company has done because the company is local to us, and they wanted to make one to show. So, interesting to have a look at it to see there's someone locally doing, is it?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So that's why I asked what his company was. So then people closer to you might actually get a benefit from it.
It is good, mate, because the next koi I've got garden centres around me. That is it. The next shop to me is either Wakefield Koi or that type of 1 hour's drive from my house. I mean, it's a lot closer than what Ty's got to drive to go to a koi place, but like, that's not real great if you get back from work and you need something. You kind of 2 hours before you can go get something. Or if you run out of a treatment or something like that, and it's one of them. Having somebody that has a shop, online shop, offline shop at their house, and you can just message them. Yeah, no worries, come round.
Yeah,
it's really good. Really good. I bought my microscope off him actually. Not so long back, he upgraded his shop one and was selling the one he was using, and it's a really nice piece of kit. To be fair, I was about to buy an Apex practitioner. Saved up some birthday pennies to buy one.
Yeah, I've got one of them.
And he was selling his Brunel one, so I got that off him, and it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, I'm blind as a bat. I have to get our last use it anyway, like, because I can't. I'm like that with my glasses on. But
yeah, I've got a camera in that goes in the top of mine, so I get it up on my laptop and can see the pictures on the laptop.
Yeah, same as that.
Well,
no, I had one with a screen, but it decided to shit itself, so I've gone back to the Apex practitioner.
Yeah, mine's only a camera that slots in the top of the microscope. It's not part of the microscope. It's just a USB camera that goes in as an eyepiece on the camera on the microscope.
Jim, you got the brazier?
Oh, I've got no idea what it is. I think it's a Swift. Yeah, Swift. I'm pretty sure it's a Swift.
I've seen them, Jim, where they just replace your actual eyepiece, don't they? And they just slide into the top.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But, I mean, how I'm looking at that is that our lass is trained to use one in her profession. So why would I look for it?
That's ideal, then, isn't it?
When I can just go, there's a slide, find something on that.
That's just Aaron being polite and saying, well, why have a dog and bark yourself?
And up until people said to me, why not? Because her shop is literally like 0.1 miles from our house. And they had like a $4,000 laboratory microscope there. That last time I just went in, passed it to them. This is what you've got. Come on, treat for it. It was just that there was having a shop refit and it was on a Sunday and I couldn't do it. So I was like, right, I need one at home as well. But like, although I can use it, while she's been at work, I've done it. Why would you do it when someone's a million times better at doing it than what you are?
Yeah.
You know what they say, don't they? Practice makes perfect, Aaron.
It does. I can make her a nice cup of tea, right? And say, can you do that? I'm better at making the cup of tea and she's better at using the microscope.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I've not done a scrape for quite a long time, but then I don't do it unless I think there's a real need for it. So unless I'm showing obvious signs of a problem, then I don't do anything with them.
Yeah, well, I put a second dose of formalite into the main pond Friday, and I was hoping to hold off putting the fluke treatment in until Tuesday, Wednesday, after I'd done the third and final formalite treatment on the Monday. But as I was getting myself ready to come upstairs for the live, my Deutsch Akamatsuba decided to jump up at the window where I sit in the porch and then bounce onto that bit of fucking decking there in between the window and the flower pot, just sitting there fucking ticking about like a motherfucker. Finally wiggled itself back into the pond because I couldn't get over there quick enough. So yeah, I've had to dump the fluke pea in a day instead of next week. So yeah.
Well, I think it must be something to do with your fish, Vince, because the only ones I've ever had jump out of my pond have come from you.
Don't give me that.
Yeah, it's true.
Better than after throwing someone in there.
Yeah, but hang on, Jim. On that note,
under the bus.
What do we call Sid? Because he likes to do what?
Because Sid's psycho.
Because he likes to jump.
Don't. It was like the Friday morning when we were bagging the fish up for the national. We'd got down to the last 3 fish, and up to that point I'd been doing really well with the nerves and everything. Net, sock, into the bowl, ready for Rick. Gets the Ginrin Matsukow back in the net, pulls her up just about the socket, and she leaps straight up the fucking net, smacks me in the chest, bounces off the fucking plastic container I've got next to me off the lid onto the pond and back in, and that was it. My fucking my nerves were shot, and Rick was like, "Go on, I'll do it." But yeah, mate, that Matsukow back is nice. And
so, in other words, if he ever moves it on, guys, you've been warned.
No, I'm going to be keeping the Ginrin Matsukow Baki at least until I've spawned her.
Yeah, going back to what we were talking about with parasites.
Yeah.
Since I've put the ozone generator in, I've had nothing, no problems at all with parasites, nothing.
Yes,
it is.
As I said, anything that's ever happened with them, like I've had a couple with little knocks on and things like that, have healed so quickly as well. So, yeah, I'll be keeping that.
I didn't get any good results on the growing on tank when I had it fitted on there. You still using yours, Simon?
It's on and off. It takes tannins out of water, but that's about it.
And that's one of them little small units as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is yours one of the small units, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put anything.
A massive hype for them last season, didn't they? Everyone seemed to go balmy for them, but
you can't even get the thingy foam anymore, can you? You can't even get the new cells foam anymore.
No, because they've made a new one now. They've updated it apparently.
Yeah,
that's good, isn't it? That's
Black Country put a video out. He managed to grab one, but it was hard to grab hold of.
Apparently, you have to buy an adapter for them or something.
Yeah, I think that's what he said he had to buy. He just put a video out on it a couple of days ago.
Yeah, see, I don't like that when companies do things like that. You buy something expecting to have a little bit of longevity with it, and then they change the product completely and don't make any more of the old one.
Yeah, so it's the same with mobiles. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, I've got the latest mobile, but you don't realise with every update that they do, there's certain things on there that they will not update, so that when they drop out the new mobile, by that time your battery's not lasting as long because they haven't been putting out the right software updates for your battery. So therefore, it makes you go out and buy more and get the next one.
They've been caught with that before, haven't they? Where the software for the phones purposely drains your batteries, so that you have to go out and buy a new phone.
Philips are a nightmare for that. You know, they did. I think they got taken to court for it. They did the Hue lighting system for the house, and all of a sudden one day they just said, "You know what? We're just going to completely terminate all cloud storage for the hub," because the little hub, when you was telling Alexa or whoever to turn the lights on, used the cloud storage. So they just turned it off one night and said, if you want it, you have to buy a new hub. There's 120 quid. And everyone that had made their house automated had to just literally overnight just buy one because they had no other choice because they didn't have light switches anymore.
They'll teach you for being fucking lazy cunts, won't it?
Yeah.
That's why I tend to use the old Lumia Stream. You can plug it into your PC and you can control if you've got any Philips Hue lights or anything like that, or even the Corsair lights. You can control it all through that.
I'll stick to light switch.
Alexa, order a butt plug.
Saying that though aside, like I said that, but we built the bar and then I wanted to put a light switch in the house.
How many Alexas are going off right at this second?
Yep, adding them to cart.
And I bought a wireless light switch that when you click it, and it looks like a normal light switch, turns the lights on the front of the bar and down the garden. To where I ain't switch wires running to them.
Yeah, I can understand having, you know, a few smart gadgets here and there, but I couldn't put them everywhere.
No.
Like if you wanted to turn your pond lights on from your house or something like that without having to run down, they do actually make a light switch that looks like a light switch, but will wirelessly communicate over that.
You guys have a Lutron out there?
Huh?
You have Lutron? Does that sound familiar to anybody?
What's it called?
Lutron?
Lutron. Lutron.
Lutron. Yeah, that's what mine is. Lutron lighting.
Yeah, the Lutron cassetta.
No, I haven't heard of that one. I know you can get obviously all the smart plugs and everything like that, where you can tell she who shall not be named, but you can tell her to turn a certain light on and she'll just send the signal straight to it and you can control it via that.
So what you're saying is if we say it loud enough, it's going to turn everything on for you. So everybody who's in the panel now, if they all shout it out, it will
Alexa,
start turning stuff
order
on.
a butt plug.
Mrs. W sat giggling on the side here.
Bobbles is probably sat there absolutely pissing himself.
Yeah, you've got to be careful, Vince, because if you've got it, everyone will be shouting, Alexa, order a flamingo.
Yeah.
The chances of me having Alexa, you know, I've got more chance of sitting in the king's fucking handbag.
That's why I always turn the Alexa off.
No.
I've got it on the television. It's on the television, but it's Google on the television.
Yeah.
So you can say it to the television. I can talk to that, but I've got it nowhere else. Well, it is on the phone, but I never use it. I never use the voice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I always said it was lazy. Like that. Why would you want to do that? You just press the button on there. Until then, I was having to go from the house in the pitch black to the end of the garden to turn the lights on. Or when I was in the end of the garden, I had to go to the house to turn the out. Like if we'd stayed in the bar at the bottom of the garden so long, then I had to go all the way back to the house to turn the lights on in the garden.
It's not that hard just to run a wired switch. It really isn't.
It's not, but when you'd had your garden resined, and that was an afterthought that I didn't want to then. So the wireless light switch, and then another part of the other end, which is just like it just actually looks like a ballast for a UV. So wires going in, so wires going out. You can have 4 of them off a light switch and just put them wherever you want. So mine, although you don't have to shout to Alexa to do mine's just like a 4 light switch. So you still have to get up and press it, but it's
But that's still overcomplicating it though, Aaron.
Is it?
Why don't you just fit a PRI sensor on it? So as soon as you get 5 feet down the path, it turns the fucking light on for you.
Because I don't want the burglars using it. Just doing that and then being able to see when they're breaking in. I'd like to choose when my light comes on.
Right, guys, we're getting up to an hour and 40 minutes here, so I'm going to have to disappear.
No worries, Jim.
Oh, you're out, Jim?
No worries, Jim.
Okay. It was good to see you, man.
Yeah,
I'll
catch everyone later.
Take care, Jim.
If you're not already subscribed to Jim from It's What I Do, go across and give him a subscribe. You know you want to. So I think we will end up wrapping that up anyway for the afternoon. I would just like to say thank you to everyone that's joined me on the panel, everyone out there that's joined us for watching. As always, it's been great. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Don't forget these other guys have got channels as well. So you got Up North Koi Pond below me with Simon. You got Ertz Koi there with Shane. Next to Shane, you've got Ty, the Koi Pit. Under Shane, you got Humber Koi. We're trying to get Humber Koi to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are not subscribed to Aaron, please do. He is a father and son team, even though his son's not been on the live because I know what my language is like.
Yep.
Yeah,
but they are a father and son team, so give them a bit of support. Another father and son team in the comments, Marcus and Cody's Koi. Go give them some support as well. As always, guys, I've been Twisted Koi. We will see you same place, same time next weekend.
Take care, everybody. Have a great one.